PGA ทัวร์ Rory McIlroy นะครับซึ่งจะเป็นอีเวนท์ที่3-6นะครับเราจะมาเล่น The Open นะครับเป็นการแข่งแชมเปี้ยนชิพเราเล่นมาทั้งหมดผมก็ชนะมาทั้งหมด11ตาแล้วนะไม่รู้ว่ามันนับแต่ก็ไม่รู้เล่นเดียวเอาของกันตอนนี้อินเทอร์เน็ตเยอะเลยโอ้สนามนี้เองไม่ยากก็ไม่ง่ายครับเป็นสนามเรียบๆน้ำไม่ค่อยจะเจอนะครับเจอแต่หญ้าแล้วก็ป่าก็เป็นพื้นที่โล่งๆเด็กนักเรียนหน้าบ้านสุดยอดโอเคนะชีวิตจริงเรื่องกับเด็กเกมนี้เสียงเลย
EA Sports and the R&A are proud to present opening round coverage of the Open Championship. Welcome to the Open Championship, the oldest major in golf. Frank, there really is nothing quite like the old course at St. Andrews combined with the Open Championship. It's bathed in history.
The golf course is magnificent. It just reeks of all the great players that have played the game. Pick your hero, whether it's a Bobby Jones, a Nicholas, a Rory McIlroy, a Tiger Woods. All the greats have been there and played this marvellous course. It stood the test of time. And even the routing, the old 9 holes out, turn around and 9 holes in. It's marvellous.
It is always easier to play it from the short grass, and that is where he has been all the way. Just laser-like off the tee. Hasn't missed a fairway. Birdie chance here. Very long putt though.
You've got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
This one has a good line. Frank, the good players continue to play good golf, even if they're not winning or in the top 5.
Yeah, that position's starting to look a little brighter than what it was at the beginning of the day. Now in the top 25. Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Certainly had enough power, just didn't have any touch. Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. Well, the stats say that is a green hit in regulation, but it's not yet a par on the card. Very tough putt coming up. So a good lag putt there, Frank.
Yeah, the whole idea of a lag putt, sometimes you build a 3 or a 4 foot circle. Just try and get it inside that. Good putt.
Frank, they didn't have any openings at EA Sports Basketball because, I mean, this is just brutal to watch. Frank, the old course all about avoiding the pot bunkers. They're so nasty. And this is a good example here, the 9th hole.
Yeah, the pot bunkers really to be avoided, the ones in the middle of the fairway, but there are some that sneak in on the left side, plus that horse on the left. If you can carry that last one, which is called the end hole, then there's a chance to perhaps drive the screen.
Drivable par 4, not for most in this field, but for this guy, yes, he has just knocked it on. What a shot.
ไกลโคตรคือมันโค้งก็ไม่ได้เรานะถือว่าเรียบน่าดูว่าเราจะเรียบแต่มันไม่เรียบ
You've got to be kidding me. That was right on the edge.
I tell you, he wants to do over there.
Just a little tap in here.
เขี่ยก็ลงแล้ว
Who knows? It is a 4-round tournament, setting himself up for a good weekend, maybe a great one. Young star makes his birdie. Starting the second 9 here at the Open Championship, Frank, with a par 4 10th.
Well, this is another chance really to drive a par 4, especially if you're game, but you've got to hit that tee shot a little left of those 2 bunkers that are just short and right of this green. But horse down the left, you've still got to be careful. Just flail away. But this hole, what a great name. It's called Bobby Jones.
Nicely played shot, about 310 yards down the fairway. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Good swing, good shot yet again. Can't hide the flag stick from that man. Frankie's going for 2 birdies in a row.
If you can knock this one in, then that's certainly going to help the confidence.
Needs a few more of those. That was a good birdie.
This time, he gets him in the top 10.
Don't forget, second round coverage coming your way tomorrow here on EA Sports for our entire crew. I'm Rich Lerner saying so long for now.
Rory เรามาเหมือนรายการนี้เฮ้ย Rory กดการเล่นเกมนี้ทำยังไงก็ได้ให้ชนะRoryไม่ว่าRoryจะอยู่ที่เท่าไหร่เราก็ต้องชนะมันให้ได้ครับคนอื่นข้ามมันเพราะว่าRoryเนี่ยถือว่าเป็นอะไรเนี่ยเป็นตัวนำเกมนี้นะชิวเขาก็มาตั้ง
Sports and the RNN are proud to present second round coverage of the Open Championship.
Rory เป็นคืนที่ 1 นะโอ้สุด
When a player wants to take a little bit of a breath and then turn their attention to the homeward half of the back 9.
They've still got to focus on one hole at a time. If you think this is an accumulation of golf scores, then all of a sudden the pressure starts to mount up. Whatever you've done, put behind, put it in your pocket, and try and play each hole coming in like it's its own.
What makes the old course at St. Andrews so memorable is not just the round of golf, but it's the setting. It's the old town. It's people watching from the windows nearby. All of that makes it really a good experience. Trying to make yet another birdie. A birdie will send him to 1 under on the leaderboard. Hole number 11, the Eden, is really the finest medium-length one-shotter in all of golf, isn't it, Frank?
Well, this hole's been copied by many an architect for the reason why it's normally very, very difficult to make a hole of this length, or should I say this short, so difficult. But they've managed to do that here at Eden with that Strath bunker in the front and the severe sloping on either side of that bunker.
That can really be brutal, can it?
It certainly does. And if you have any doubt there, you'll come unstuck at 11.
ค่อนข้างตรงนะครับตรงนี้เร็วร้อยมากไม่ได้อยากจะถูกยากจะไปไหนนะ
Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knock it in for a par and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it's going to hurt the cause.
Wow, that was so close, Frank.
Just time to forget that one. You couldn't hit that much better.
Locked in on the read and the speed.
Rory จากสนามมาก่อนไม่เคยกินเลยตกอันดับตลอด
Frank, it has been that kind of a tournament. Another bogey. Frank, the charm of St. Andrews, the history of the old course, it all sort of comes into view here at the 12th, doesn't it?
Yeah, very pretty hole. Eden estuary to the right, and obviously a nice view of the township of St. Andrews in the distance. But long hitters can just lift their chops and have a crack at this green. All they've got to do is worry about that little pot bunker short. But either into the breeze, or if you're not a long hitter, you've got to worry about those 4 bunkers that are well placed, smack bang in the middle of this fairway.
Oh, look out, Frank. Where's this one headed?
This is definitely rough, Rich, off the tee.
Second shot coming out of the rough here.
อุ๊ยน้าอีอะไรอ่ะคือแล้วก็อุ๊ยทะลุไปแล้วไม่ก็ได้เอาดีที่สุดเจอแล้วสมาธิอ่ะอุ๊ย
Something happened.
That's a nice shot right there. Moving on now to the par 4 13. Frank, what's the strategy here?
Once again, to avoid those pot bunkers. The first one is called Nicks, and then the other 2 up ahead, once again, they're called the coffins. Somehow you've got to go right or left of those or beyond those. If you can go in the exact right position, which is slightly left center, you will actually have a full view of this green. Left or right of that, then it's a blind second shot.
Well, he really moved that 320 yards and in the fairway. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Nice play right there. That's in pretty close. Made par yesterday. This one for birdie. So close. Just a tap in from there. So just a formality here. Frank, you can see by the reaction, it has been that kind of week. Just a few too many pars. Don't forget 3rd round coverage coming your way tomorrow on EA Sports. For Frank Navalo, I'm Rich Lerner, saying so long for now. EA Sports and the R&A are proud to present 3rd round coverage of the Open Championship. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo of PGA Sports at the Open Championship, and we are at the home of golf, the old course at St. Andrews. And Frank, you know the old course is old when the new course here in St. Andrews is a century old.
But the old course is just a treat to play, or even play an Open Championship on that. The holes have changed the way in which they've played over the years. For example, some of the short par fours are very drivable by today's great players, but the pot bunkers, how penal they are should you stray offline, they have to be avoided. And of course, there's all the little landmarks like the Old Course Hotel, or even the famous Swilcan Bridge as you traverse the 18th hole. There's something in St. Andrews for everyone.
จากปีที่ออกแรงออกพอดี
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot, maybe get away here with par.
Well, at last, a birdie.
มาไปยังไงวะผมไม่ได้ดูดังนะผมก็จะไปดูเหมือนกันนั่นแหละเราเขาก็เลยเลือกคนนั้นแหละนี่ไปดูเลย
Chance here at the par 5 fifth, Frank, to make a little move early in the round.
Yeah, it's certainly eagles galore. The fifth hole is one of the biggest greens on the golf course, shared with the 13th. So good tee shot, and you have a nice big target, even though it's a blind second shot coming up.
That is massive off the tee.
Meters, yards, I don't care how you measure it. That's got to be what? 300 meters, 325 yards, something like that.
เอาตีเข้าคนเลยเอาตรงนี้คนจะได้มีลูกให้ไป
This is not heading in the right direction.
Well, it looks like it's going to be in the rough.
ฝ่าลูกเฮ้ย
And it looks like it's in the rough there, Frank.
Might not be as bad as it
มัน
looks.
เป็นนี้ล่ะ
This requires a lot of speed through the ball.
กระเด็นหาที่
Not terrible, but not his best.
Outside chance really for birdie, but really it's a rather poor approach shot.
Well, that's all you want right there. Just lag it down, don't get too crazy, and now just to tap in left. Bogey here yesterday, chance to better that today. That's a solid par putt. Moving on to the par 4 sixth hole here at the birthplace of golf. This hole shares a green actually with the 12. How do you work your way around this hole, Frank?
Some sort of tee shot, 3 bunkers that look like they're in the left center of the fairway, and a series of bunkers down the right. So somehow bisect those, and then you set yourself up for a green with a false front.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Settles in, looking to knock it in tight. It is a windy day out here, Frank. My hat just blew off. This is going to affect the players' shots, that's for sure. This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot.
That's how you play the game, right there. Birdie putt coming up. The par on this hole yesterday.
That might go unnoticed, Rich, but that birdie just sneak inside the top 15.
Continuing from the oldest championship in the game. It's the Open Championship at the old course at St. Andrews here at the 7th hole now, Frank.
Yeah, you try and hit your tee shot over a little stone. It's called the March stone. That's a good line for like left of center. And well, if you can just work it off that, good tee shot. You're only going to have a pitch in here to a green that's set up very high. That's an absolute beauty.
See if our featured golfer can get a little something positive going here, Frank. It has been miserable there.
Things have just appeared too tough. So really just somehow just eradicate everything you've been thinking right now. Realize this green's big enough. Just get something on the green. Opportunity maybe for a birdie.
That would be a great look at birdie. This one just requires a little bit of focus.
Things pointed to a good week. Birdie there, very important right now.
Playing some good golf. Standing on the tee at the par 3 8th here at the old course. Frank, what are we looking at here?
One of the biggest greens on the golf course. It looks flat, it looks like it's easy, but once that flag gets on the left side, that's when the hole becomes a little bit more difficult. It's very easy to take this hole for granted. Very hard to hit it close though.
Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. It's a long way to the hole from here. Never easy. That's good work right there. Just a tap in. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Just hammered that par putt, Frank.
Well, I don't know what he was thinking or what was going through his mind right there, but you better wake up in a hurry, because if this one doesn't go in, the score's going to rack up very quickly.
Bit unfortunate, loses a shot here with that bogey. So through 3 rounds, just outside the top 10, what kind of a chance do you give a player who is sitting outside the first 10?
Yeah, it's slim. I certainly would not say none, though, Rich. You know, we've countless times over the years seen someone post an early one in and watch the leaders crumble at the end. Good opportunity tomorrow. Put a good round on the board and then just sit back and wait. And remember, there's also the chance of a playoff.
มีคนแซงไปนี่ครับถ้าเราไม่ที่ 1เราก็ไม่ชนะแต่ผมนี่จะตั้งต้นว่าเป็นลอรี่หรือเปล่าชนะลอรี่ได้ก็อะไรก็ไม่สนอยู่ที่ 17คืนนี้น่าจะประมาณ9 หลุมให้เราเริ่มที่หลุมที่ 10
EA Sports and the RNA are proud to present final round coverage of the 144th Open Championship.
มาเป็นชิปด้วยนะครับไป
Oh, if this is up, it's good.
ลุกเหรอ
Wow, Frank, look at that run out. Just blistered that tee shot.
That has to be 325 if it's an inch.
เ
Hole number 11, the Eden, is really the finest medium-length one-shotter in all of golf, isn't it, Frank?
Well, this hole's been copied by many an architect. The reason why is it's normally very, very difficult to make a hole of this length, or should I say this short, so difficult. But they've managed to do that here at Eden with that Strath bunker in the front and the severe sloping on either side of that bunker.
That can really be brutal, can it?
It certainly does. If you have any doubt there, you'll come unstuck at 11.
Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
That's an important birdie right there. Into the top 5 on this leaderboard.
Well, there's so much at stake this week, Rich.
Frank, how do you like the 12th hole here at St. Andrews?
Well, it's a beautiful par 4. You start to see the village of St. Andrews in the background, Eden Estuary to the right, and also decision time. If you're long enough, it's certainly worth having a crack at this par 4 with your tee shot. But if you're not a long hitter, then you've really got to worry about those 4 beautifully and well strategic positioned bunkers in the middle of the fairway.
Outstanding tee shot.
Yeah, ball's sitting up. You don't have to worry about the wind or anything there. You just take a full-blooded cut at the second shot from here.
Slight waggle, relaxed arms, ready to go. These winds have held up all day long, definitely playing a part in the shot making we're seeing out there today. That is an eagle with a capital E. It is exciting into the top 5.
Really jump up the leaderboard.
Now to the par 4 13, but again, Frank, it's all about avoiding the bunkers.
Yeah, another hole that forces you to go either right or left of something that you can see. The 2 bunkers called the coffins right up ahead. You can also go beyond those, and if you do, then you've got a much shorter shot in, but you've got to avoid those fairway bunkers. They are very costly.
It's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
Frank, earlier in the day, we were talking about how this round was pretty much off the rails. I'm shocked that he's put it back together.
Yeah, he looked early on completely out of it.
Good-looking shot right here. He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, he's got it right on track. Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. Frank, I thought that was it. Man,
He just pushed it.
that hurts. Frank, a solid par right there, maintains his position. Frank, the 14th is a big par 5, chance to make a big move, but also possibility of making a big number if you're not careful.
Yeah, you've got to be very aware of the out of bounds on the right side, even though it does move to the right. Ideal tee shot is down the right side that gets very close to that, because then that opens up the second shot and keeps that tee shot away from that proper bunkers called the birdies. There's a big cross bunker up ahead that has to be avoided for the second shot. If you're long enough, you can reach this par 5 and 2, but this green, so many undulations that it is anything other than flat.
ออกมาผลออกมาคือ 0.05 จะถึงทีมแล้ว
And he's set up for his third shot to get it on the green with this.
ถ้าลงก็ดีนะไม่ลงก็อีกนิดนึงเส้นขยับเส้นจะขยับนะครับนิดนึง
Frank, you played in conditions all over the world. Here come the winds now. What's the mindset?
Well, this is really what separates the men from the boys. This is where you've got to tell yourself that it's an advantage to you. Obviously, the scores will go up a little bit, given the conditions. But once again, this is going to suit the stronger player today.
You like the old phrase, swing easy when it's breezy?
Definitely lean into your head breeze. But down breeze, tee it up a little bit, try and ride that wind some more.
Back here at the 15th, and Frank, this fairway narrows up in a hurry.
And it's also, there's a big crop of heather that sort of constrains you if you're going to hit it just straight down the middle. Only the brave go down the right side. Brings in those little bunkers called rods. And they'll rob your scorecard, that's for sure. Well, where this ball's going, there's no fairway there, only rough.
About 145 yards left here. Should be pretty good right there, on the safe side. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on the
Or yesterday, for birdie. That was a nice birdie, and no doubt he's feeling pretty good about his position on this leaderboard.
A series of good holes in a row has got him to this point.
Frank, the 16th hole, there was a time in my life when I was in 4th grade, I would have really enjoyed hitting the principal's nose. But that's not a good thing here?
Well, I'd like to think you graduated past 4th grade, but and if you did, then you would be very aware of the principal's nose. You'd hit it left, it'd be a little longer into your second shot.
And now it's right in his wheelhouse, good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. That ball's sitting up, you can bring it in high, you can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
That is classy.
A chance of going in.
Locked in on the read, and the speed. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, this is sort of bizarre. You're standing on the tee at the road hole, one of the most famous par fours in the sport, and you're aiming for a hotel?
Well, you're aiming over a series of letters that say the Old Course Hotel. If you hit it exactly over that U, then you will be in the right place, which hopefully is down the middle of the fairway. You avoid that heather on the left. That bunker up ahead, the road hole bunker, remember David Duval, he got stuck in there. Years ago, Tommy Nakajima, he could hardly ever get that ball out, and in the end succumbed, I think, to double figures. So the hole has more than one way to trap you, so stay away from the road hole.
Makes the green in regulation. Frank, this is a player in full flight. Well, when you stick your tee into the hallowed grounds, you're the 18th at the old course at St. Andrews, Frank, you know you're playing a piece of history.
And a chance to finish it off in style, because this par 4 is reachable. A lot of people will aim at the clock tower, which is on the R&A building in the distance. That's a little left of the screen. If you feel a little brave and you want to make a hero of yourself, just aim a little further right, exactly where the green is. Avoid the valley of sin, and you might just have a wee dram at the end of the day.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
เส้นนิ่งครับ10เส้นนิ่งมากครับเราต้องมาวัดความตรงกันตรงอย่างเดินหน้าไปและตรงแล้วเนี่ย เส้นเคลื่อนนะ
If you hit enough shots, every now and then, one's going to go.
Crazy, crazy. What a great tournament finish. This one is in the books. Finished. Top of the leaderboard.
Rich, this has to go down as a classic. Our champion was simply on fire. And I'm looking forward now to see how next week pans out.
ตีสนุกนะครับถึงแม้ว่ารางวัลแรกๆนี่จะเครียดนิดนึงลอรี่ยังก้าวอยู่ไม่ขึ้นไม่เพิ่มเลยนะแต่ทำถ้วยไม่ดีเกมขอบนี่มันต้องใจเย็นระดับหนึ่งชนะ12 รายการถ้วนนะจบแค่นี้แล้วผมก็จะมีฉากในรับชมด้วยโอเคครับผมสำหรับโอเพ่นงานเมื่อกี้ก็จบงานแล้วเจอกันใหม่อีเวนต์หน้าครับอีเวนต์นี้บ๊ายบาย